Hello, everyone, and welcome to Metro TV. I'm your host, Andy Hoig. Today we have folks from the Nebraska Humane Society, Autism Action Partnership, and the Women's Center for Advancement. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, I'm here with Pam Weiss, the VP of Marketing for the Nebraska Humane Society, and
Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae is here with us as well. Isn't she just sweet as can be?
I can't go anywhere without a dog or a cat or some type of critter with me. So yeah, so she
I know.
accompanied me today just to be eye candy for y'all.
Oh my gosh, she's just, yeah, she is sweet. So I want to talk a little bit about what's going on at the Nebraska Humane Society, but we also have a big Walk for the Animals coming up at the end of this month, September. But let's just talk about what's going on at the Nebraska Humane Society, and how are things going, and what's going on?
Well, you know, it's a very exciting time for us. We actually are in the middle of a renovation project, which is in honor of our CEO, who kind of built the place and then retired, Judy Varner, a couple of years ago. And so donors got together and said, hey, we really want to do something in her name. We looked at the shelter. It was almost 20 years old. Many animals had left their mark. And so we needed to do some updating, especially of the cat areas, which I know is a particular interest to you.
I have 3 rescue kitties from the Nebraska Humane Society, yes. Yeah.
As you know, a lot of the areas for our cats were very confined. Cats didn't have a lot of room to do natural movements, to pounce and to perch and to get up. They were in a very confined space, and so we're going to try to elongate their space a bit, making sure that they have room to do those natural movements, and then also trying to make it so that adopters can get in to see them, so that cats don't have to be pulled out of a kennel in order to meet people, because that makes them very uncomfortable. So, so we've got a renovation of the adoption space for cats and also for dogs. We're looking at making the kennels more environmentally friendly for the animals so that they show better. If they show better, hopefully they will be adopted out more quickly, and we'll be able to handle more animals, not by increasing our footprint and increasing our work staff per se, but just by moving animals through more quickly and through the system better. So it's a wonderful way to work. It's more efficiency. We've been working with a fabulous architectural firm called Animal Arts out of Boulder, Colorado.
Really?
They have had very good luck with these new innovative types of housing for animals and moving animals through the systems of those shelters more quickly. So we're very excited about it. It is in the middle, so we're just madly crazy in terms of trying to make sure that people know where our adoptable animals are. They're in our old building. It's a throwback, we know that. But we're hoping that people still continue to come and to adopt both dogs, cats, critters, horses, or on an off-site location, in order to make sure that we keep those animals moving through the system, and knowing that the growing pains will be ended in the spring of next year, and we'll be in a beautiful renovated facility.
Well, in the spring of next year, honestly, is going to be like here before you know it.
Heck yeah! Where'd summer go?
Yeah, I know. It's September. We're middle of September. Was Judy? She was there 20 years ago. I mean,
so she was there. Yes, so she started the shelter. She was there for 19 years.
Okay,
and she retired 2-3 years ago.
I mean, and I should know that. I mean, but it's crazy to think that, because I've been doing
so
much with you guys,
right? Yeah,
in my early 20s when I really started kind of doing things, and I used to photograph all these families with pets, and it's just crazy to think it's been that long ago.
In the new building, you know? I mean, it was really kind of odd. People say, well, this building's so beautiful. And I'm like, you know, it is. It's a great facility, but we could make it better, and we could make it more animal friendly. And what better opportunity than when donors come to us and say, hey, we really want to give and make this a reality. We were like, heck yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So that's kind of the reason, the impetus for it. And then the community's been fabulously generous, the philanthropic community. And so we've been able to raise the money to do it, and we're so excited that it's almost here.
I'm so excited.
We're pumped,
All right, so Walk for the Animals coming up on the 29th?
September 29th is always a Sunday. Okay. Because we don't want to compete with Husker football. You can't do that in this state.
So it's at the Nebraska Humane Society grounds, like it's always been, and you have kind of that back area, what do you call that?
We call it the Meadow, and it's on the
Okay.
easternmost side of the campus.
Okay.
So our main building, we've got a couple of other buildings. The old building is next to it, which is currently where adoptions are out of, and then just to the east of that is our Meadow, and that's where we are going to be holding the walk for
Yep.
the animals. People go out, they take a little turn, and then they walk the Keystone Trail.
Yep.
So the
Yes.
walk is on the trail, but the Meadow is where all of the jolly and merriment begin.
And there's so many fun things going on. There's vendors and there's rescue groups, and you guys have the animals out. I mean, there's just so much going on. There's a beer garden and there's this and that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it's just a really great way to enjoy that, because it starts like at 10 or
It's from 11 to 2,
11, okay.
and then the beer garden goes till 3, so everybody
Yeah.
can kind of wind down and maybe
Yeah.
have one last little, something before they leave. I love this event because it's one of those fabulous events where you see so many people and their pets, and it's
Yes.
so much fun just to people and pet watch there.
I love
mean, it's a great way to get involved with people, to find out more about pet services in town, pet services at the shelter. So if you're looking for that, absolutely there. If you have a pet, it's a great time to bring your dog mainly, although we've had fainting goats, some cats in kennels, and I think a little gentleman brought a wagon with guinea pigs one year. So, of course the dogs were going crazy, so I would not suggest that.
Think about if you want to bring a wagon of guinea pigs. That's hilarious.
But it's so much fun to see the animals and to see the people, and then to be able to for the folks to be able to check out that you get free swag. There's all sorts of stuff to do. There's a kid zone. There's stuff for everybody. There's a 5K as well. You can sign up early, and that will, if you register, that'll get you a t-shirt. You can get a personal page. You can help us raise money, because really the power of the walk is in getting the community to help out.
Right.
Or if you just can't do that, or you get it late and you think, gosh, I just want to go that day of, you can come the day of, pay $10 to get in. You won't get the t-shirt, but you will be able to get in and enjoy all of the festivities on the Meadow.
So if people want to sign up right now, what do they need to do? Where do they need to go?
Our website, nehumanesociety.org, then just put /walk, and it will take you right to the walk website. There's information on signing up, becoming a participant. You can form a team, we used to call them dog packs, and walk with family and friends. You can make your own t-shirts. You can do whatever you want to do that day, if you're walking in memory of a great pet or a pet lover. So that's fun to do, to register. All the information is there, including shuttle parking, prize levels. If you raise more money, you get more cool prizes. One of them is valet parking, which is key.
It is key.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. One of them is getting into Club 500. If you raise $500, then there's a special place for you on the Meadow where you get mimosas and a little munch, and you kind of are right there to see everything, and you've got a place to sit. It's really a nice thing.
It's a great event.
It's a ton of fun for people, and regardless of whether you can raise money or not, or whether you just want to come the day of, we're happy to have you and happy to have you come and enjoy what we've got going on.
So is Ellie Mae up for adoption?
Ellie Mae is. She actually has an adoption pending right now.
Okay.
So she might not be, but if that doesn't quite go through, then Ellie Mae will probably be adoptable after tomorrow. So
I hope that by the time this airs,
that's right,
because we
we
pre-record,
tape,
that she has found her forever.
I'm sure she will.
Home.
She's a great dog. She actually wants to get down and explore. She's great with kids. She's great with people. She's got a really amazing story.
How old is she?
She is 11.
Oh my goodness.
So she's a mature girl, but that's good,
Oh my
because
gosh,
then
she's
she's not.
super-
Yeah, but she's pretty alert and ready to go,
And she's happy
she's
as,
sweet. Yeah,
she's
sweet.
very sweet. So she's like, I just want to go home to have
do.
a family. So Pam, thank you so much for coming on, and so many exciting things. I'm excited for the spring to come, but the walk in a few weeks. It's all good. Things are good.
It is. Things are good, and the animal loving community, I think, is super generous to us. Always has been. So come adopt, come walk, come see what we're doing, and if you're a pet lover, we always have fun things on either our Facebook page or our website.
And donate financially or donate
Treats
products.
and toys and blankets, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or adopt.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ellie Mae. We will be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm here with Justin Doherty, the Executive Director of Autism Action Partnership. Justin, thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure to be here.
Good to see you. We were chatted a year ago, and here we are again talking about a vintage affair that is coming up in October.
October 5th.
Okay, let's before we talk about the event, let's just talk about Autism Action Partnership.
Okay.
And what the mission is, and what do you do in the community?
The short version is we are here to try to help all families and individuals with autism in the state have the best, highest quality of life possible. With autism, there's so many variables to, well, one, it's a spectrum disorder, so it is different with everybody, and every family experiences differently, every individual experiences differently. And there's medical, there's education, there's social, and what we're seeing kind of with the rates and kind of when it became more widely known and diagnosed and understood, there's a kind of a wave of adults with autism kind of exiting the school systems and trying to get into independent living, employment and pieces like that, and that's really where a lot of our focus is.
So over the years, I mean, have you seen the need grow within your organization?
Yeah, absolutely. So the rates across the globe have increased steadily, over 15% in the last 2 years alone. So 1 in 59 children are being diagnosed these days, according to the CDC report. So that's almost 2% of the population.
And why is that?
There's no silver bullet, magic understanding. Genetics play a large role in it. But there's one of the biggest factors for the number increasing, and not the sole factor by any means, is the understanding, the diagnosis, and the both from the pediatrics, from education system, from parents saying, ask these questions, and if you're answering a certain way, go get assistance or a professional opinion.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the event that's coming up. Is this number
11?
I was going to say 11.
Yeah,
I didn't want to be wrong.
That's right.
Because the last year was the 10th year.
That's right.
So what can people expect from this event?
It's the theme this year, so it's a vintage affair, 11, lights, camera, autism. So we are kind of an old Hollywood theme this year. So we have a silent auction, we have a program and some awards, and then a live auction. This year our honorary chairs are Mullins and Cindy Bai, who are just delightful humans.
They're amazing humans, yes.
Pleasure to spend time with them. We're expecting over 300 individuals. We've got our entire office packed with silent auction items right now, trying to figure those things out. So we want people to come and enjoy themselves, have a great time, learn about the work we're doing, the wonderful celebration of things that we've all accomplished together, the mountain of work that still needs to get done, and the reason why we do what we do every day. And hopefully, a week or two later, are still talking about it to their network. Absolutely.
So can people still... Are you still looking for sponsors? Where are you at in the process of?
Yes. So sponsorships, ticket sales, they can go to our website, which gives them a link to the web service that we're hosting all that through. They can contact us directly. Any way they can get a hold of us, we will accept.
Website
Facebook.
Is what?
www.autismaction.org.
Okay. And I know Facebook is a big way to connect as well. So Autism Action Partnership Omaha, or is it just?
Nope, just Autism Action Partnership.
Okay, all right. So I guess a question, and these are just popping in my head right now. people, you can have a family member or be impacted directly, but also, there's the impact that maybe is not so directly. And how can people contribute above and beyond going to this event? I mean, what are things that you need as an organization?
I referenced a little bit about kind of the adult services that we're beginning to kind of expand, and there's kind of fertile ground and a large need. So one of our programs is the PACE program, which is our workforce development program.
Okay.
So we are working with individuals on the spectrum that are outside of high school, either have completed or partially have some post-secondary or no post-secondary experience, trying to get employment. So we're working with employers, but in there is job training, is interviewing, all the variety of different things that we kind of have curriculum and programming to assist individuals in understanding what's expected, and have some mock interviews and pieces like that, job shadowing. Any sort of organization that would want to have a cohort or individuals come through and learn more about the sector or the business or the work. Those pieces. We've got a guild that's fantastic and always looking for more people.
Talk about the guild. Is that new or has that been around for a while?
It's been around for a while.
Okay.
We have a mighty guild, and they are largely responsible, do a major lift for our silent auction. It's a network of almost all parents, either parents or professionals who work in the field that wanted to have an access to families outside of the medical field.
Yeah.
And it really is, there's a shared experience between all the members of the guild. And when someone, we hear often, a family gets a diagnosis, they get some information, they get a packet of information given to them, and they don't know what to do. The words on the page are just kind of going in, they don't really know. It's hard to process.
Right.
Talking to someone who's lived that experience, who's maybe a little further down the road, no two experiences are identical, but just knowing someone who can say, we sat in that same chair with you.
Yeah.
And that's what our guild does a lot of, is that network.
Because I'm sure anytime that you sit down and somebody says, you have an autistic child, or this is what we're looking at, it's a very scary, diagnosis.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't have to be end all. I mean, there's so many. You can live a very productive, happy
absolutely.
life.
Right, and that's. I don't want to say more so than others, but with autism spectrum disorder is what it's the formal name of it is. That spectrum means it can be so many different things. So when you get the diagnosis, any parent gets a diagnosis, or any individual gets a diagnosis, it's going to be a shock and a process piece. So getting the families who can say, we were there, we were terrified, we were scared, I went in my car and cried.
Yeah.
And look at us 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, look at all that's possible and things. It's just it's another aspect or a characteristic of my child that doesn't define them or their future or anything like that. So that social network is so critical, both to the families and the individuals themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just kind of the beauty of it, is getting people together and being able to have those conversations and everything that you do to raise funds and awareness for the organization and help people. So
yes, it's easy to come to work every day. There's a lot of need and a lot of opportunity for us to make a difference.
All right, so Vintage Affair happening on October 5th.
Correct.
At where?
Embassy Suites La Vista.
Okay, and people can buy tickets.
Yes.
At where?
Autismaction.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's a great event. It's a lot of fun, and again, it's just this community coming together and helping each other. So
we're looking forward to it. Looking to be our most successful year yet, and a lot of people in the room to help us celebrate, and we can help celebrate them. And looking forward to what we can accomplish.
Yeah. All right, Justin, thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right.
And we will be right back. Well, I'm here with Elizabeth Power from the Women's Center for Advancement. Elizabeth, thank you for joining me.
Of course, thank you, Andy.
So we've got a big event coming up, but I'm gonna wait for a few minutes to talk about that. But let's just talk about Women's Center for advancement, and kind of what is your mission, and what do you do in the community?
Right, so we are in the community to help any person, regardless of age, gender, socioeconomic background, religion, to help them if they've experienced domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, or stalking. And what's unique and wonderful about our organization is there's no requirements. We you come in if you need support. We're going to ask you, what do you want? What do you want your journey to look like? And that's our job, to sit and support and walk with survivors of these crimes. We work closely with the police department, we work closely with medical staff, but that's not our role. And we can obviously connect our clients if those are routes they want to take.
Yeah.
But our role is to support them and let them have the journey they want and be supported in that journey.
Have you seen, because how long have you been around?
So I've been with the WCA for 6 years, but the WCA has actually been in Omaha for about 130 years.
Because it used to be the YWCA,
Yes.
and then you changed the name.
Yep, a few years ago, yes.
Okay. How have you seen the need grow? I mean, has the
Right.
need for these kind of services grown?
It's, so in my 6 years that I've been there, it's been a very different conversation than when I started, and a bigger conversation than I think any of us ever expected it to be, which is very exciting for people in our line of work. We moved last year into a bigger building, better facility, so that's obviously helping us grow that capacity, and we're able to serve more people. On average, we're connecting with about 150 people in our community every single day.
Wow.
Which is a lot, and that's great. And the sad part is that we know there's more. We know there's more people who are still struggling with what's happened in their life, if there's people they can trust, if there's a place that can help them. And our mission, my mission, is to make sure that everybody knows that we're here, and we're here to help you and support you in your journey.
Do you feel like there's more of the need happening, or is there more of the educational piece happening that people know where to find?
So
does that make sense?
It absolutely makes sense, and it's a good question. So I don't think, and most people would anecdotally tell you that we don't think the crime necessarily is increasing. It's difficult to actually know that 100% because it's so underreported. People don't know what's happening to them. They don't know that they can report it, and they don't feel comfortable reporting it. So all these reasons, but we still think that the crime is happening about the same rate. But the good news is that people know there's resources and support systems for them. So that's such great news and hope for everybody, I think.
Right, which is why it's so important for your organization and the event coming up, TGIF.
Yes.
Which I love this event. It's super fun.
It's
You're
so
kind
fun.
of dressed in your...
I wore my TGIF outfit today.
My
Western.
Western. That's the important thing, is like raising funds and awareness of what you're doing, and which is kind of the backbone of everything.
It is. So our TGIF this year is our 10th annual
Is it really?
one. Right. Can you believe that? 10 years of TGIF, and it's so awesome. Our guild puts it on, which is even better, that this group of women come together who truly support the mission and the work of the WCA, and they love it so much that they go out in the community and they find all these auction items, and they work with our vendors, and they do everything. They've worked on the design pieces and all of it, and it's just so much fun when we get to it. It's October 4th this year, so it's kind of early in October. It's on a Friday, but it is what they're calling it this year is Cowfolk Casual. So,
what does that mean?
Right, I know. So I was like, Cowfolk. Do people know what that is? Cowboy, cowgirl. We don't want to be exclusive in our genders. So Cowfolk Casual. So wear your jeans, wear your boots. If you have flannel, and you know what? If you don't, just come in your jeans. It's certainly not a dressed up type of event. It's so much fun though. Dinner, cocktail hour, amazing packages to be auctioned off, both in a silent auction, and then we've got some really cool big packages to be auctioned off in a live auction. So and you know what? It's great. It's so much money. Around $200,000 comes back to the WCA every year, which is just phenomenal. So, and that money is important to us because it can help us where we need the help. If we need the help with our programming, if we need the help with the operational of keeping our lights on so that we can have the programming in our building, that's, it's key to how we function.
And I think also, correct me if I'm wrong, but getting out to other agencies or whatnot that you're the place to go, because when you're in a situation of domestic violence or whatever that place may be, is having people know that you're there to help them.
So if you don't know about it, I certainly want to make sure that the person next to you knows to say, hey, connect with the WCA. So what we've been doing too and seeing a big growth is connecting with EAP programs within employment offices, just an HR office. And so agencies are coming to us and companies in Omaha and making sure they understand the services we can provide, and of course everything's for free. Nothing costs anything at our office, and it's just this great support system for employers, because domestic violence is actually, it's going to tick at that bottom line for employers because it impacts your employees. So it's, I can't think of many other organizations that can impact a community greater than the WCA and the work we do, and so it's just great to see the growth that's happened.
Oh my gosh, I mean, thank you so much for the work that you do in the community. It's so important.
I can't take credit for it, but our team is amazing.
Yeah, you do have an amazing team. So, website for people to go get information about the organization and for the event?
Absolutely. So, event information, organizational information is wcaomaha.org. Pretty easy.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And we will be right back. Well, thank you for joining me today, and if you want more information, go to spiritofomaha.com about Metro Magazine, or like us on Facebook, Metro Magazine, all one word, and we will see you back here next week.